Hey guys, Nick Davies, psychotherapy, hypnotherapy, NLP and life coaching, and today's video is about why your stories keep you stuck. Okay, so whenever somebody wants to change things but they don't really want to change things, they'll tell you a story about it. And there's always somebody or something getting in the way. And this could be, they could say they've got a lack of information. Oh, I didn't do well at school. A lack of skill. I don't know how to do that. Lack of self-belief. I don't feel confident enough to do it. A lack of well-being. Oh, I'm too tired all the time, or I'm not very well. Other people. It was my parents, it's my friends, or my social circle, or whatever else. Motivation. I haven't got your get up and go. Time. I just haven't got the time in the day to do that. Money. If I had the money, I could do this. Or fear. And that's the one a lot of people don't really admit to. They'll say, do you know what, I'm too scared to do this. I'm too scared of the consequences of... Do you know what a lot of people are scared of? They're actually scared about doing what they really want to do. And then we call it the tall puppy syndrome, because you're putting your head above the other people and then being criticised for what you do. I remember when I first started my career in therapy 17 years ago now. For the first 2 years, people were slagging me off all the time. Whoa, who do you think you are? Now I'm international, all over the world. People send their most difficult clients to me from all over the globe. I'm in a really, really privileged position, and people, accept me for who I am and what I do. But when I first started, there was a lot of people around me, naysayers, and going, what are you doing this for? What are you doing that for? But you have to fight through that. So your stories. Also, what you'll find when people tell their stories about why they're stuck, not only is there someone or something to blame, and when you blame, you lose the power to change. So this is really, really important about taking 100% responsibility. But you notice when they tell their story, there's no vulnerability. When people are really stuck, they'll go, you'll feel the vulnerability when they're talking. They'll go, do you know what? I just can't seem to kind of grasp that. I've read 3 or 4 books on it. I've asked this person, asked that person. I just can't seem to get. You'll see that pain in the face when people are storytelling. You won't see any of that. Also, there's an element of justification, and another red herring that I see all the time. Another red flag is when they go, you know what it's like. There's just not enough hours in the day, is there? That word "you." When somebody says, "You know what it's like," or "Yeah, we're all like that, aren't we?" They're trying to create rapport. And I don't accept that in therapy, because I want everybody to change. I want everybody to achieve what it is that's within them. You know, we all have the potential. I always say to people, what you hate in others and what you admire in others is your potential. You have the potential to be those good things and those bad things, or bad things and good things, whichever way around. But you know, what you hate and what you admire in others, that's your potential. So the great thing is when you admire behaviours in others, you have the capacity and the capability to do that. Might take you a long time, but you still have that capacity and capability. So when people say, oh, you know what it's like, and they use the word "you," I change it and I say, what I want you to do is, with that difficulty, I want you to use the word "I." I find it difficult. I struggle with my parents. I struggle with not having enough time, enough money. I don't have enough self-belief. And you'll watch their body language change completely, and you'll start to see those vulnerable emotions kick in. And it's uncomfortable for them. But that discomfort is the pain that you can utilise to alchemise, to change that pain into power, to use that as a force to keep you going. Because, really, when you look at the most successful people and the people who write all the books about success and this, that and the other, generally 99% of them will say it's nothing to do with skill, it's nothing to do with people who are born with good skill. It's to do with people who are consistent and determined, and every day they'll keep doing something, every single day. When I do my sports psychology, I would say to sports people, even my coaching and everything else, I say, if you can do 7 out of 10 every day, you're going to beat everybody who tries to do 10 out of 10 every day, because they do a 10 out of 10 day, another 10 out of 10 day, and then they'll drop and do a 0 out of 10 day. There's no consistency. So if you can do a 7 out of 10 day in whichever area in your life, then you'll be consistently good. And the secret is to not stop. Once you've hit one goal, go for the next. Go for the next, go for the next. And then when you look back over a period of a year, 5 years, 10 years, you'll see how far you've come. And, that growth can be absolutely incredible. Hope you enjoyed the video. And just remember, stop telling the stories that keep you stuck. Work with a coach, work with a therapist, work with somebody that's going to get you out of those stuck stories. because the story, whatever you say again and again and again, glial cells in your brain will reinforce whatever you go over or talk about positively and negatively, and reinforce those memories because it thinks they're important. So this is why I'm not a fan of counselling. When I had counselling, I had 30 sessions of it with 2 or 3 different counsellors. It just reinforced all my anxiety, all my panic and everything else, and I had chronic fatigue syndrome and OCD, all sorts of horrible things. And I was actually labelling myself for those things. It was just keeping me more stuck because I kept telling the same stories. But then I decided to research stuff for myself and think there must be a way out of this. So I changed my stories. Excuse me, I've got to take that. Okay, have a great day.